What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. So Twisted has actually made a response to the interview, and this is my response to that response.
My 2 cents, motherfucker.
So yeah, talk about big time backpedaling, dodge, deflect. It's not about us, it's them. They're doing this. They start off apologizing about Juggalo Day and the fact that people ain't going to be able to see Dark Lotus, the people that want to see Dark Lotus. They apologize, make themselves seem like the good guy or the good cop, whatever. Saying that they've got 75% of Lotus and they're ready to do it. Of course, it cuts. I mean, this 2-3 minute response is so chopped up. So chopped up. And in it, they're all like, it's not about him. Stop blaming him, talking about Young Wicked. And then turn around and say that ICP has sent them texts, has sent them messages, shit like that, saying that there is no beef. Go ahead, sign him. Okay, well, this is your chance to prove that. Prove that. And they also, they state that they're not going to do what everybody says they're going to do and throw shit at them, throw shit out there to make ICP look bad, okay? This is the point that you need to, if it's true, okay? Because here's the point of the interview. The truth will set you free, and it has. Since Twisted left, it's been, is there beef? Is there problems, It's been going on for a while, I have two very popular videos, and it's all about a beef between ICP and Twisted. Why is that? Because people thought there was. It was so hard to tell if there was or there was not. For so many years now, there's been that speculation or assumption that that there was a beef. Nobody fucking knew. Nobody fucking knew. They had to take what little bit of evidence there was for what it was. And ICP just laid it all out on the line. They laid it all out there. So the truth will set you free. Obviously, there's two sides to a story. Twisted needs to tell their side so that people can properly gauge everything that they need to about this situation. All this response was their way to turn it around and point it right back at ICP, which ICP fucking knew that was going to happen. But the interview has taken a respect and a love for ICP that I already had way the fuck up here, and it's even further up there. I can't even reach how fucking high I respect ICP now. Because to know what Twisted was doing when they left, I understand they wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to be independent from that, which they claim they were getting away from ICP's wrongdoing of them. What fucking wrongdoing was that? Did they bring in too many artists where Twisted no longer were the superstars, or they were no longer the golden child? Is that the wrongdoing you're talking about? Which ICP already acknowledged that they fucked up with Abominations. They didn't say it was Abominations, but in the interview they had stated, we made mistakes. Yes. Who doesn't make mistakes? Nobody taught them how to run a label. They're doing it for the first time. And yes, they made a fucking mistake, and they acknowledge that. Is that the wrongdoing that they're talking about? Because we all believe that that's what it was that pushed them over the edge. It was the fact that Abominations had a big time fuck up when it came out. Of course, you had Cold 187 getting more promotion than Twisted. Does Twisted need promotion at all? You say new album's coming out, it's good enough for a lot of juggalos. So is that the wrongdoing they're talking about? That they were no longer the ones in the spotlight? Is that the wrongdoing? I don't fucking know. But I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about now. Yeah. ICP. My respect, my love for them, it's way up there. I can't even fucking reach how high it is. Twisted leaves, they want to separate themselves from ICP. They want to get away from, there for a while they weren't even saying juggalos. They were acknowledging their fans as fam, the Twisted fam. You remember the Twisted fam club that flopped? They were pulling away, and ICP is all like, dude, come on, dude. Juggalos have got your back. That is your fan base. And to do everything that they've done for projects to happen, Dark Lotus, the Mudwater, Air and Blood, to have to trade a master, which I'm going to assume was Wicked, because that's pretty much around the time that the vinyl came out, right? I'm going to assume that was also when they got the rights for Blaze Your Dead Homies' original Last House on Dead Street, aka Gang Rags, the extended cuts. I'm going to assume that was when they got the masters for those to make the moves they did in 2014. For ICP to offer that, and the thing about those masters, do I think it's messed up? Yeah, and I think it's messed up from this point of view. I understand from a business stance that Twisted wants their masters back. I mean, shit, I would love for ICP to get their masters for Riddle Box and Great Malenko and Amazing Juck Brothers. You know, all the ones that came out on the labels that they were with back in the 90s. So I understand from a business stance wanting those masters. It's the way they went about getting them, though. Like, okay, Dark Lotus isn't going to happen unless we get this. We won't be at the gathering unless we get this. That to me was the shitty part. And I know people were probably like, well, that's just what ICP said. Yes. And here's the thing about why I trust and believe what ICP is saying, because they're being fucking real. The emotion in that interview, you feel it. I felt it. They did what they could to keep the Juggalo world together. And for that, I respect them. They know that Juggalos love Twisted. They know that Juggalos love Dark Lotus. They wanted to see Twisted at the gathering. So they took these slaps, as Violent J called them. They took them. Okay, let's do that. Gave them the masters. Paid them more to be at the gathering. They did that for Juggalos. Because it wasn't about money. So this whole situation just like, damn. I know I made the video No More Love for Twisted and MNE with a question mark, where in it I had stated that I still will buy the CDs and everything like that, but my support level is back. And that's kind of another thing I want to talk about. That's pretty much where I'm at. And I remember when they left and everything drama-wise, where people were like thinking there was a beef. I remember stating, no matter what happens, I will have ICP's back because I'm a Juggalo first. I came into this world through ICP, being a fan of ICP, being a fan of the Joker cards and everything that they were doing like that. And I remember thinking that Twisted, since they left, they've had me on a line of whether I will support them or not. They've had me on that line. And I think this whole situation, knowing everything going on, I've stepped off of that line. And I'm not picking a side. I'm not picking a side because, like I said in that video, No More Love for Twisted and MNE, I'm going to buy the albums as long as it's music I like. If this next album of Twisted that drops next week flops in my eyes and I don't like it, the next Twisted album I'm not going to pre-order. I'm going to listen to it first before I buy it. The same way with Boondocks, the same way with Blaze It at Homie, and the same way with Gmo Ski, regardless of everything going on. I will still do that as long as it's music that I like. But as far as repping it, wearing a hat, wearing the Magic Ninja, it's done. I was never at that point. But it's done. There's no question. I'm not going to support that. Not as long as this is the business direction they're going in. Because it's all about money, which is fine. I understand it's a business. I think the part that hurts the most is naively you want to believe, you want to believe what they're saying. It ain't about being rich. It's about juggalos and running with lunatics. We don't die, right? There's so many lyrics over the years that they've said. You listen to it, it's like, was that a fucking lie the whole time? Or did something change later? I mean, what the whole time was this their end game plan? Or did it just change? And at what point did it change? It's so fucked up, man. It's a really fucked up situation. But what their response has done is, I take what they're saying into account, but I just don't buy it. They couldn't even be serious in that response. They couldn't even be serious. Whereas you're watching this interview and there's so much emotion, and they can't be serious in 2 fucking minutes addressing it. And I don't get this publicity stunt that everybody is bringing up. I don't see it. What publicity is ICP positively going to gain? What positive publicity is ICP going to gain by doing the march? They've already embraced the fact that they're labeled the most hated band in the world. They wear it as a badge of pride. Fuck you. We don't care if you hate us. Why would they do a march to gain publicity? What? I mean, logically, where's the common sense in this statement? How is this about ICP? What do they have to gain? They've been in the mainstream spotlight many times and never in a good light. This attempt is to put juggalos in a good light. What is ICP going to gain from this? I don't understand that statement. I just don't understand that statement at all. But hey, you got to have an excuse, right? If they truly believe it's a publicity stunt, whatever. What the fuck ever. Whatever. That's your opinion. My opinion varies. It's very different. But yeah, I've rambled on for a very long time. This whole situation is so fucked up. But my pride as a juggalo, my love for ICP and Psychopathic Records, through the roof. It's in outer space right now. I've always said when this shit went down, I'm not, like I said, I'm not picking a side. I'm not saying fuck Magic Ninja. I'm just saying, I'm taking that same course of, okay, I've already unfollowed Twisted. I've already unfollowed Gmo Ski off Twitter. I've already unliked their pages on Facebook. I've already unsubscribed to the Twisted official YouTube. I'm gonna treat it like Violent J said. I'm just not gonna look. It's gonna be all about what Psychopathic's doing now and everything like that. And you're thinking, well, how are you gonna buy the new albums when they come out? I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, I roll with a lot of juggalos, especially here on YouTube. Somebody's gonna bring new albums to my attention. So, but like I said, this next album dropping next week is really going to depend whether I buy future albums or not. So that's where I'm at. Psychopathic for life. Twisted are just another artist I listen to. You know, they're up there with the Linkin Parks, the Korns. The few albums that I have that I don't rep personally. I just listen to them. Twisted now falls in that category. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Much clown love.